Mm.
Welcome back, folks, to another week of Word of Mouth, talking mental health, relationships, family, etc., etc. Y'all know the deal. Like and subscribe to the channel. Link down below to all our social media. So this week it's gonna be a little different. Well, it's not gonna be different. Same shit, different week. We're gonna be talking about Derrick Jaxn, and we're not gonna talk about the same old spiel of don't cheat, don't do this, don't do that. Nah. What I'm going to discuss is something I've said to women since I was in my early 20s. And Sweetie's going to be Swatty, whatever the girl's name is going to be part of this too. People who portray a narrative of always being the victim, of always being the person who's being disenfranchised or hurt in some type of way. Now let's start with Derrick Jaxn. This gentleman's been married 3 years, known the young lady for 12, has 3 kids, but apparently he's been cheating on her since day one, or damn near close to it. And now he's online. I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm not going to sit here and post all the videos of what he's done, of talking about how he doesn't like his wife, he doesn't this, he doesn't that, all these different things he can't stand about her, or how he doesn't want to be with her. And this is all a narcissistic way of saying, hey, I don't want to take blame or accountability for being who I am. And what's wrong with this is, I don't know this young lady, never heard of her, we don't know beyond his being his wife, is you've known her for 12 years. For 12 years, if you can't figure out that you don't like somebody, then there's a bigger issue than that. So, and the issue is not really with her, it's with himself. But he's portraying this narrative like she's the bad guy, or like, he's just, he's been portraying this narrative for so long of being this wholesome, great guy, and you probably the worst of the worst, to be honest. Just all the things you've done. And let's go with Sweetie on the other end. Sweetie, whatever her name is. Let's go with her on the other end of the spectrum. She went online and implied that Quavo was cheating on her. And now she's saying she has PTSD and all these other things, trying to downplay the fact that Quavo broke up with her to make him look like the bad guy. And not to say he cheated or didn't cheat, there's really no evidence saying which way or another, but I'm inclined to believe he did not cheat on this young woman, simply because he's a celebrity. We'll say A-list, or at least B-plus list celebrity. TMZ would have picked up on it. The side chick would have came out. Things would have came out stating that he cheated on this young woman, and nothing came out. And I'm saying this all to say this. Stay away from people who portray those narratives like that. If you find, you don't know at first when you meet people, who they are or what they're about. And, you get to know them, but you'll never see the other side to them until things get bad or things get ugly. And when you have people like that, you need to stay away from them completely. And I always tell women this, especially with the Derrick Jaxn situation, because he's put out countless of videos of where it's like women do no wrong, this and that, and all. And not to say men don't do wrong either, but it's this one-sided extreme bias. If you have a partner that sees nothing wrong in what you do or agrees to everything you do, there's an issue with that, especially for women. That means that either that man is cheating or he has an underlying scheme to him in some type of fraction. And you need to understand that there's something going on underlying that you may not be aware of, because nobody, I don't care if y'all are soulmates, how long y'all been together, nobody agrees with everything with their partner. And if they're just coaxing along, letting you just do what you want and how they want, however you want, it's just, all they're doing is manipulating your self-absorbed behavior to do whatever they want. That's honestly what it means. It means you have to work on yourself, but they got to work on themselves too. And then for men, when you get in a situation where you've done the woman right, you're not going to be perfect. By all means, nobody's perfect, but you've done the best you could. You didn't do all the underhanded stuff or the sneaking in line and etc. and so forth, or you just did 110%, and then things end and she's out bad naming you, bad mouthing you, and all this other stuff. There's no point in reason even going back and forth with it. Because as the man, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna always look like the bad guy. You just let things happen as it is, and you let her show her narrative as how she was. Because what's gonna happen is, it may be 5 months, it may be 5 years, all of it's gonna come to light of who she was as a person and why you decided to end things or move on with your life. Not to say Quavo ended things the right way, because we don't know that. But it's apparent even when you watch the interview that she portrayed herself one way to him and then portrayed herself another way somewhere else. So it's like, you got to understand, who are you really as a person? Same thing with Derrick Jaxn. You're supposed to be this loving, doting husband, but in reality, you're telling women that you can't stand your wife, or this, or that, and that. It's one thing to say you're not getting along right now, or it's not what I thought it was gonna be, or she just has a lot of issues I can't deal with. But you're flat out saying, I don't like this woman, and you've been with her for 12 years. All you've been doing is manipulating this woman, and I'm not gonna say ruined her life, but you wasted a lot of her time thinking she had somebody she really doesn't have. And it's horrible to do that to people. It really is, because she could have been with somebody who really loves him. Quavo could have found another chick that really liked him or was digging him beyond what he could do for her. And all I can say is just be vigilant of people like this. Like Quavo was smart about it. He saw who she really was as a person and moved on. Derrick Jaxn's wife, she's in a little more particular bind because, they have 3 young children. So it's not as easy, and that she's real Christian, of Christian faith. So that could be its own entity and within itself. I'm just saying, stay vigilant of these people, and that's pretty much it. It's a messed up situation. But like and subscribe to the channel, link down below to all our links. And this is Word of Mouth. Peace.